ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Kendall. I am the owner and operator of All Star Wrestling. I'm here with the former 10-time United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Action Mike Jackson, and a man who should still be the United States Heavyweight Champion, but we'll get to that a little later. Saturday night, December the 17th, Dora, Alabama, City of Lights, big Toys for Tots thing. I need everybody to bring an unwrapped gift for a boy or a girl. We're going to make sure those toys go to those kids there at City of Lights. You don't want to miss this night. We've got 5 big matches on the card. So let's just get right down into it. And as always, this show is sponsored by Superior Roofing Solutions. If you need a roof, if you got roof problems, something's leaking, something's going on, let me know, give me a call, and we'll come see what's going on and we'll take care of it. Now let's get down to business. First and foremost, I want to talk about a tag team match. You know that I've had my problems with the Nasty Critters. I've had for months and months and months and months now, I've had my problems with them.
Yeah.
And last month, I told them that if they come back in December and they win, that I'll give them 5 minutes in the ring with me.
Wow. Better you than me.
That's if they win. Last month, they took on one of the biggest guys that I've ever seen, William Huckabee, and they took on his partner, Dion Summers. Well, they hurt Dion.
Yeah.
He can't come back.
Right.
But you and I have done some talking. I've talked to the board of directors.
Yeah.
I've made a couple of phone calls. And gentlemen, we have a tag team partner for Mr. Huckabee. Somebody you would never, ever dream that you were going to have to face. I won't say a word about it today. You'll find out on December the 17th. But I will tell you this. You signed a contract that said you would put those tag team titles on the line. Because if you don't put them on the line, there is no chance of 5 minutes with Daniel. So you signed that contract. You're putting them on the line. I don't care if it's not William Huckabee's original partner. You're going to put them on the line. Now, this thing with Dusty McWilliams and Lamar Diggs has gotten way out of hand.
It has. It really has.
So December the 17th, Southern Street Fight, anything goes. I don't care if they finish it in the parking lot, in a pool of their own blood. This thing's got to go. It's got to end somewhere. You know Dusty. You've talked to him. He's mad.
Yeah.
He's not just a little bit mad. He's a whole lot mad.
Well, one thing Dusty's upset about is not only has Diggs came in and belittled Dusty, he also tried to hurt his brother. His brother stepped in when Dusty was injured and could not wrestle. His brother probably weighs 165, 70, 80 pounds at the most. Diggs weighs, 350?
350.
And he almost killed him, but the guy stepped in. He tried to hurt his family. He said bad things about him. They fought all over the building. They've done everything that they could possibly be done. I think they did the bull rope last week. Dusty won that.
Yep.
Diggs wasn't happy. Diggs attacked him after that, beat him up, bloodied him up, and all this kind of stuff. So there's the thing. And if you remember Southern Street Fights, Daniel, you and I go back a long way. I remember the Armstrongs, the Fullers, and the Goldens, and Austin Idol.
Yep.
When they couldn't sell it any other way, they just said, let's fight. And they didn't wear wrestling tights or wrestling boots. Dusty may come out there wearing a pair of steelworkers boots, for all I know. They can wear anything they want to. They can bring anything they want to. The referee will not stop the match until one man is pinned. And like you said, it might be in the parking lot. It might be on the back of the trailer. It could be in the bathroom. It could be up on the stage. It could be in the middle of the ring. Somebody is going to be beaten. And this thing has got to end. This thing has gotten way out of hand. And, I know that's not what All-Star Wrestling's about, where all this crazy stuff's going on. We just like to have a good old-fashioned wrestling show. But there comes a time and there comes a place for this to be stopped. And that will be December the 17th at the City of Lights. That's when it'll happen. That's when it'll happen.
Now, let's talk about the Light Heavyweight Championship for just a minute. Last month, fatal four-way match. a spectacular match. Cabana Man Dan, Thundercat was supposed to be there,
Sick.
couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So Jay Blade we had a number one contenders match. Jay Blade got in the match. It was one heck of a match, and Jay Blade ended up coming out on top.
Yes, he did.
So this month, I have decided that we're going to do a three-way match. We're going to give Thundercat his chance.
Yeah, he deserves it.
You're going to be in that match.
Yes.
And Jay Blade's going to be in that match.
Right.
I don't expect to see any kind of hair pulling. I don't expect to see any kind of gouges or anything. I expect to see a good old-fashioned wrestling match, and somebody's going to come out on top as the light heavyweight champion.
I think that's exactly right. You know, last time we did the four-way, it was kind of wild and it was exciting. I know that people like those kind of matches, and you know, but I don't have a title right now, which I would like to have one, and the light heavyweight would be right up my alley. I've got some things I want to say about Brock Garvin a little bit later about the heavyweight title, but I've got a shot to at least win this title, and what a Christmas present that would be for me. I'm looking forward to that match.
Now, have a guy making his debut in All-Star Wrestling, Scott White.
Right.
This guy has been everywhere. MMA,
he has. He's been
tough
great.
man competitions. I mean, I've seen him wrestle. I've seen him everywhere. So he's making his debut, coming to Dora. And I'm going to put him in the ring with Damian Loveheart.
Right, yeah. Well, you might remember Scotty White as Scotty Blaze or Scotty Beach. He's done several different names, but Scott White, he is one of the top heavyweights in the country, won many MMA fights. So if you want to mess with Scott White, you maybe take the bull by the horns, because Scott White is not afraid of anybody. He's about 250, 260. He stands about 6'2". Looks like he's cut out of stone. He's went through some very tough physical times, but he's back on his feet. He's never been in All-Star Wrestling. This will be his first time to All-Star Wrestling. I couldn't believe you were able to sign him, because he is really in demand. But I've watched him over the years wrestle tag team with him. He is one of the top heavyweights in the country, and he is coming to City Lights on December 17th. And I believe Darius Lockhart, you may have Lockhart, whatever he calls himself now, you may be getting your first Christmas present a little bit earlier. You may be getting Scott White all over you. And that's not something you probably want to do, because he'll unwrap himself. You don't have to worry about unwrapping him.
Now, let's talk about something. Christian Valor is coming back. And I had to fight for this because Mr. Garvin, and I use that term very loosely when I say the word Mr., has tried to tell me that he will not, under any circumstances, defend the U.S. title against anybody. Well, let me just say this. You have flaunted my company's belt everywhere you have been, every promotion you've been to. I've seen all the pictures. I should charge you for making pictures with my belt is what I should do.
Yeah.
But you have flaunted that belt everywhere you've been, every promotion you've been to. You've held it up above your head, calling yourself the U.S. heavyweight champion, blah, 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 blah. Well, you will be there on December the 17th, and you will defend that belt against Christian Valor, and that's all there is to it. And I know you have some things you would like to address when it comes to Brock Garvin.
Well, Brock Garvin's told you, and he's told everybody on the internet, that he will never give me another shot at the title. That just shows me what a coward you really are. Are you running scared, Brock? Because I'm going to tell you something, and you can take it to the bank. I'm going to get a shot at that title. Now, Daniel May can make you do that, but that's not what I want. I don't want Daniel to have to cover for me and take care of me. Let me take care of my own problem. Let me tell you this. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm doing a lot of thinking. Brock Garvin, just plan on it. You take that title, just like Daniel said, all over. I was in shows all over the land. I've seen you there. You show it out. You make fun of me with it and all this kind of stuff. You kind of taunt me with it, but let me tell you something. You will give me a shot at that title. Now, you're saying you're not. You're swearing you're not. You said you're not going to ever do it no matter what circumstance, but there's always something that's going to make you do this, and I've got a plan. You will give me a title shot. It may not be this show, but eventually down this line, you are going to give me a shot at that title. And I'll tell you what, Brock Garvin, we're going to take the title back, and we're going to get rid of you out of All-Star Wrestling, because we don't need people like you in our area.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night, December the 17th at City of Lights. You don't want to miss this show. I'm telling you right now, I feel like big things are about to happen for All Star Wrestling. We got some big things coming up starting in January. You're not going to want to miss this show, because this show right here will end this year, but it sure is going to start next year with a bang.
And Daniel, let me say this too. One of the things I like about working for, I work for a lot of different promotions. I'm in different areas. I'm in Indiana Saturday. We're flying out to Indiana Saturday to do a show for a group. I work for everybody all around. You know, one thing I like about All Star, and I like working for them. Don't get me wrong. I work for different people. I love working for everybody. It's a lot of fun. But Daniel, I know one thing: we keep God involved in this program.
You're right.
In All Star, we start off with a word of prayer. You can bring your children. This is not something that you're not going to see a lot of cussing or obscene gestures or anything like that. It's just a good old-fashioned wrestling show. Now, granted, with Diggs and Dusty, it's going to be a little different. I understand that. And with this surprise guy coming in the tag match, that might be a little bit different, because we built up into things where now things have to be settled.
Right.
So it gets a little bit tougher. But it's a good wrestling show. It's clean. The wrestlers are not allowed to cuss. We don't allow the fans to cuss. It's just a good, fun time. We got to keep Jesus in it, because especially during the Christmas time, Jesus is the reason for the season. And I'm proud to be a part of All Star. And I want you people out there to know, bring your kids, bring your adults, bring your grandchildren. It's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Saturday night, December the 17th in Dora, Alabama at City of Lights. You don't want to miss this show.
Is Santa Claus coming?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about Santa Claus. That's Christmas time.
I have Santa Claus coming. You can bring your kids. They can have their pictures made with Santa Claus. He's not going to push you away or tell you not to. Bring all your kids. Bring as many kids as you want to. Put them on his lap. Santa Claus will be there. So, again, you don't want to miss it. We'll see you Saturday night, December the 17th. Call me, 205-983-0813. Call Mike Jackson, 205-936-9050. Get your tickets. We'll see you Saturday night, December the 17th.